So today this is CBO TV. We are here with Nick Ferraro and Team Meals. So Nick, can you tell us a little bit about what is Team Meals?
Absolutely. So happy to be here. Happy to be, you know, doing this interview with the CBO. So Team Meals is a prepared meal service for specifically geared toward athletes. We deliver fresh, healthy meals from pregame fuel up to postgame recovery, breakfast, lunch, and dinner options right to your door. If you want to get, fed at home, or even if your team's on the road, we can ship it right to your hotel. Um, all of our options are designed by the director of nutrition and performance for University of Miami football. His name's Kyle Bellamy, and they're chefed up by um, director of culinary operations Joseph Gregory, who he himself has delivered over 12 million meals in his career through numerous ventures before joining up with us. And those two guys, they do a fantastic job of making sure the meals not only are balanced out from a macro standpoint, and you know not only are they good for you, but they're really great tasting as well. So it's a good combination.
Awesome. That's great to hear. All right. So now kind of playing off that, how did you guys get started?
Yeah, we started back in June 2017. I was actually thinking about our roots earlier this morning. We started back in June 2017. That's when I was actually working with Mario alongside him at the Marlins that summer, and it just kind of dawned on me at one day that a lot of prepared meal companies were out there, but nobody was really paying attention to younger athletes and helping them from a nutritional standpoint. And, the big thing is always getting bigger, faster, stronger. I mean, you hear it all the time when you're in high school athletics. But, there hasn't been a solution like we, have provided, or there wasn't a solution that we've kind of come about with since, we started. So, once that initial concept of being a affordable, convenient, healthy, and most importantly, in my opinion, great tasting option for today's young athletes. Once that concept kind of got more solidified, I brought it up to my father, and he saw the value behind it as well. Both being a coach and a parent of youth athletes, and I was fortunate that he went along with me, and we went into this venture together. And then the third person that we joined or that joined up on our team was Kyle Bellamy. And, once the three of us kind of got together, we started reaching out to some people in the space, and we got into business with Perfect Game Baseball. And once, we got into business with those guys, we started doing a bunch of tournaments, marketing ourselves at events, and just kind of getting things going and, putting our foot on the gas pedal and trying to take this company off the ground.
And like you just hinted, so who are some of the people and organizations and teams that you guys are working with? I know you said Perfect Game, Miami Football. So what other organizations do you guys work with?
Yeah. So, I'm very happy to say that we have been, blessed with the ability to serve a lot of youth athletes, hundreds of youth athletes throughout the country, from both here in Florida all the way up to New York, New Jersey, and even out west to Texas, Missouri. And in addition to those guys and girls, of course, we've also been fortunate to feed Miami football, like you said, Baylor baseball. They're somebody that we're looking to feed, continually this upcoming season. Mizzou, or University of Missouri baseball as well. Missouri State basketball. Rutgers Athletics has had our meals every now and then. And on top of those guys as well, a handful of professional players in both the MLB and the NFL.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So you guys have really expanded, which to all levels, like the youth, collegiate, and professional levels. Good for you guys. Mm-hmm. All right. So what makes Team Meals different?
Yeah, I think at the surface level, I think there's really two or three things that really set us apart. I think that our taste of our meals is a big benefit or a big difference, as well as the quality of the nutrition that's involved. And then the third thing I would also say is that our customer service, and that's something that I take very personally with our business. But for the first two, like I said, Chef Joe, he's delivered over 12 million meals in his career. And so when it comes to giving the meals that both like that proper balance with perfect taste, it's something that isn't very common, at least that we've seen in prepared meals as an industry, as a whole.
So how is the cost factor in play compared to going to like a restaurant or a fast food place like Chick-fil-A or Chipotle?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. So, whenever you go to these places, they really kind of get you with buying a meal because, as an athlete, having just a chicken sandwich is not going to be enough. And then, when it comes to Chipotle, it's not like you're going to have one, excuse me, or two tacos. You're going to have a whole bowl. And, for the most part, it adds up really quickly. And we don't even notice it as consumers. Suddenly we're spending 11 or $12 on a meal. Maybe we even get guacamole on the bowl, and then that's about almost $14. So right off the bat, we have all these different restaurants and different food solutions, be from the cost perspective at meals as low as $9.99 per meal. But on top of that too, though, we really get them beat on the nutritional benefits for that price too. You want to talk about bang for your buck? You can go to these places, but you're really sacrificing your nutrition just for the sake of gaining something in your stomach and getting back out on the field. And that's something that we really have a big advantage, I think, compared to the other competition in the space.
All right, awesome, good stuff. Now, with your meals, how are they packaged? Like, what does the package look like?
One thing we don't, go lightly on is our portion sizes. These things, they're pretty hefty. And, so this is an example of one of our meals. It's a Thai beef and broccoli stir fry.
Okay.
And then I also have with me a barbecue glazed turkey meatloaf and a turkey taco bowl.
Gotcha.
So, all these meals, they each, they have a carb, they have a protein, and they have some sort of, grain. But the turkey taco bowl, this one looks pretty good. So as you can see, it's filled right to the top. And so basically, whenever you order, the minimum order is 6, and they come all sacked up in a nice like packaged box. And we ship the meals packed with dry ice. Well, there's actually 2 ways that you can choose to order. You can either have the meals shipped directly to your door, or if you're around one of our pickup locations, you can order the meals directly to that place and pick them up at a refrigerated location in that space. But for the shipping, we pack the meals with dry ice, ship them via FedEx or UPS, and within 48 hours of leaving our facility, they arrive to their destination. So, we ship to 16 states currently at a guaranteed, price, but we have been able to ship nationwide more or less. We haven't shipped all the way up to Seattle, Washington, but we've shipped as far as California before. And like I said earlier, we've been consistently providing meals to some locations out in Missouri and out in Texas.
Gotcha, very cool. And that kind of segues into question number 7. So how do you guys, like what you said, ship to a team out of state? Do you guys do it by bus, by plane? Like how is it? How do you guys do that? And how do you guys get it there that quick within 48 hours, like you said?
Yeah, it's no pun intended, but I love whenever the teams out of state bring us up and want to have orders set up, especially for like hotels and away games. No pun intended, but there's always some sort of curveball that's thrown at us with them. And so it really depends on the situation with the team, but more or less, like say if it's an away game series that the team is from, recently we got connected with a team out of New York that's playing like 30 games throughout Alabama, Louisiana, and I believe here in Florida.
Okay.
And so we'll ship the meals directly to those hotels. they'll be, set aside and we'll reach out to the hotel in advance to make sure that there's a good, storage location for them. And, we haven't, knock on wood again, we haven't had enough or an opportunity to fall through because of that, like a lack of that type of, storage option. But, it's the same kind of premise. We ship them via plane. And, if it's a farther location, obviously shipping will be a little bit more costly, but we never want to take the chance to have the meals in transit for longer than 48 hours because, dry ice, it evaporates. So, once that evaporation is done, it's, the meals are 50-50, especially if they're left in a place that's kind of warm. So we try to minimize the chances of, any sort of issues arising with the temperature, as well as, even the amount of hands, especially right now with COVID and the pandemic, getting these meals safely from point A to point B, is a big obstacle that we've had to tackle. And so far, I think we've been pretty successful with it. Of course, once these meals leave our facility, they're out of our hands. But, we have really done a great job, I think, at minimizing, the transfer and, guaranteeing a safe delivery process with our meals.
Awesome. All right. Now, so lastly, so how can people get in touch with you and the company?
Yeah, they can go right to our website at myteammeals.com. My number is listed right on the homepage, as well as basically, I believe, every page on the website. They can also reach out to our support inbox too if they don't, feel comfortable picking up the phone and calling me. And that email address is support@myteammeals.com. And then you can also reach out to me via email address as well, which is at nicholas.ferraro@myteammeals.com.
Perfect. Awesome. And is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I'm very much looking forward to working with the Caribbean Baseball Organization and, doing a lot of great events with you guys and fueling, the next wave of athletes, helping them, sharpen their skills and, hopefully being a difference maker for them both on the field and off of it from, a nutritional point of view.
Yeah, most definitely. We look forward to having you guys as feeding the athletes in the Palm Beach Challenge free agent tournament that is coming up here in Palm Beach County. And like I said, we look forward to you for fueling our athletes and having them perform at the best that they can be. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day today to do this, Nick. Until we speak again, I thank you.
Hey, Ben, I really appreciate you guys for inviting me onto this interview. And shout out to Mario as well. Thank you very much for the opportunity. And, looking forward to doing this again in the near future.
I'm Gifting Gope, Major League Baseball player. Please support international baseball by subscribing to CBO TV.